I'm Larry Ridley. You're tuned into the NFL on EA Sports. Tonight's matchup features two quarterbacks who will be trying to lead their team to victory. It's the Lions going up against the Giants.
All right, Larry, EA Sports coverage of the NFL finds us at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. This is the scene just before we came on air. This New York crowd fired up by the arrival of their G-men as they burst from the locker room. They're ready to go as the Giants get set to match up with Matthew Stafford and the Detroit Lions. This is taken about 7 yards deep. Oh, now he bowls him over. Odell Beckham Jr., 30, 10, 5, and all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Odell Beckham, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Giants are going to take a first quarter lead. Aldrich Rosas on for the extra point. Footing likely going to be an issue all night here on a rainy night, but this one is good. So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. Set to return. Here's Raheem Mostert. And now running right through it. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. First down, Stafford here. He hits Riddick underneath. And he goes out right around the 39. It'll be a gain of 9, and it'll be second and about a yard. Second down, they need less than a yard to pick up the first. On the run, Abdullah. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
So the run moves the chains, and here we go on first down. Now Stafford. And he slings one that's incomplete. Kenny Golladay is intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Second down now after the incompletion. To throw again. Stafford. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. Call it a pickup of 7, and that's going to lead to a third down. From the gun, here's Stafford. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Dalvin Tomlinson in there to drop him, and that will go into the books as the first sack of his young NFL career. In his 5th year from Appalachian State, it's Sam Martin on to punt. Back deep, it's Odell Beckham. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Oh, he'll field it in the end zone. 35 yards on the return. Picked up some good blocks as well. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. Thompson. And this will go for 5 up to the 33.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on 1st down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
To throw on 2nd down, here's Webb. Now they go screen. It's complete. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
All right, here we go. Green, 30.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Stops shy of the 45 despite some powerful running. Give them 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
I once had a defensive player in the NFL tell me, if I beat and dominate the guy across from me, I'm helping my team. Well, winning one-on-one battles is always a part of the game, but when you have good team defense, as we just saw there, one broken tackle, but he didn't get away because the rest of the guys arrived to put him on the ground.
Decent chunk of yardage still left here, 2nd and 7. Again, a run with Thompson. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
Footing's definitely going to be an issue because it's tough to make those quick cuts that you're used to making on a soggy track. In fact, a Hall of Fame runner once told me, cut on your heels in this type of weather. Gives you better balance.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Out of the gun, it's Webb. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. They got to figure this out. They got to figure him out. 4 sacks last week. Now 1 in the 1st quarter. What do they do?
Well, great pass rushers usually have a go-to move, but the best pass rushers, they have counters to their go-to move. So they'll show you that. Then when you adjust, they counter it and still get to the quarterback. And you don't pile up that many sacks. What do you have, 4 in the game last week? Without having some go-to moves with counters.
A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Lions will take over. So out now come the Lions. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here. A little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coages don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion. That's a matchup maybe they go back to their outer third of the field as this game continues.
Yeah, I think back to my high school coach, John Ford, used to say when we got big plays early in a game or good plays, he'd always say, foul it away, lad, foul it away, because he'd want to come back to it later in a key situation. They may come back to this one a little more often than that.
Didn't he say laddie or did he say lad?
Yeah, it just depended on what he was feeling at the moment.
Okay, I thought that was the guy you told me about that used to say laddie a lot.
Laddie, when you heard laddie, he was usually in a pretty good mood. Lad, eh.
On 1st down, it's Stafford. And Jones has it over the middle. And he's brought down. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains.
In recent years, the slot receivers really gained stature in the NFL because they can do so many things. Yes, they can line up wide like your normal wide receiver, but to have that kind of courage and toughness to run routes in the middle of the field and become dependable targets for their quarterbacks and move the sticks, those guys are worth their weight in gold.
This is Mostert. And he'll be taken down at the 33, a pickup of about 4. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on second down.
Off of play action. Here's Stafford. Ebron caught left side. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
Eric Ebron's got skills to spare. They just want the production to equal those, and he needs some good health in order to get that done. Had 61 catches in 2016, battling an ankle.
Yeah, the surprise, though, just one of those 61 hit pay dirt. Stafford looking to throw on 3rd and 1. A dump off for Abdullah. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
And here comes play number 6 on this drive. On 1st and 10, Stafford. Caught on the right side by Jones. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 to the 5-yard line. And a nice gain of 21 yards. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. To the air again, Stafford. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. So that's the rookie's first trip to the end zone, and I think it's safe to say one he'll always remember.
Oh, without a doubt. That one is going to be imprinted forever. And nowadays, we're seeing rookies make a greater impact at that position at receiver than ever before. I think mainly because of the sheer volume of footballs that they catch in college.
So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. And New York set to take the field and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
No. Check. Patriot. All right, here we go.
On 1st and 10, Webb. And he hits on the slant route to Marshall. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Back nine and out, Philly. Here we go. Set. Boom. Landed. Detroit.
They'll run with Thompson. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and it's the Giants with the football here as we begin quarter number 2. They're looking at a 2nd and short yardage to start things out.
Set. Boom. Landed.
carry here for Orleans Darkwa. And some space here. A big play there off the option. 47 yards on the ground. Well, hello. I mean, it took him a while to get him a rep, but that's quite an introduction to this game.
And not just hello. How about goodbye to the defense as he went past him? Big-time run on his first carry of the game.
Webb to throw. And he will score. Touchdown, Giants. Chris Thompson, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Giants have taken the lead. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking, beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Now a first down throw. Stafford. And the giant rush gets home as down he goes. Jason Pierre-Paul in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. On second down, here's Stafford. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on first down. Then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back. But it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
Third and long. It's Stafford. And he'll find Galladay. That's complete. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
They go play action here on first down. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
But he kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
Back to the air. Stafford on second down. And the pressure gets to him and brings him down. Stafford is sacked. Dalvin Tomlinson in there to record the second sack of his young NFL career. After the sack, Stafford and the Lions come up on a third and long situation. A shotgun snap for Stafford. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down.
But no second guessing the call here. It was third and long, so throwing the football was probably the smart play to try and pick it up. But they don't get it, and now the defense goes off the field feeling pretty good about themselves, gaining some momentum as they force them into a likely punting situation.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Here's Beckham. Great blocking nearly sprung him there. 28-yard return. And out will come the offense as they take over. And the Giants ready to come out now. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
What's left? What's left? Gun! Set! B-19!
A play fake. Now Webb. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he'll get it down here to the 43. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
How about that shuffle pass? Or if you want to call it the shovel pass, that's fine too. That's one of those plays that you can take a little bit of risk there because you're trying to throw the ball into the middle of the field where a lot of big bodies lurk, and they can knock it away, pick it off, but they were able to execute it successfully on that play.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Not much happening there on 1st down.
Thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down.
Hurry up, here we go! 3-19!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And some room to roam now. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first.
Dance class, anyone? Did you see the steps between the quarterback and the running
That's
back
what you
on
need
that
for a good
play?
counter.
You have to have it because you're setting up your blocking. There's a timing element as well, but they have to marry up their steps. Otherwise, that timing gets thrown out the window.
Timing was great there and a big run. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Throws left side, complete to Brandon Marshall. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. Brandon Marshall, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Giants add on to their lead. It's good, and it is now 21-7. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. So the Lions offense ready to go back out onto the field. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
Well, they've already allowed 3 sacks in this first half, now a holding penalty.
So I think drastic measures had to be taken, right? The regular way was not working. He was getting hit almost every snap, it felt like. They had to try and keep him upright.
Out of the gun, Stafford. To the right and complete to Galladay. And he's brought down after a good gain. A good pickup there, a 22.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
Stafford on first down. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down.
The one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. On 2nd and 10, Stafford. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. Jonathan Casillas leading the surge there. He drops him for a loss of 6. After the sack, Stafford and the Lions come up on a 3rd and long situation. From the gun, Stafford. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. Yeah, this one's going toward the sideline. They'll try to play keep away from Beckham. There, this punt will go out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25, and it will. Right at the 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. So 1:55 to go in the first half. We're back to East Rutherford, but first this timeout. On first down, it's Webb. Escaping the pressure right. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. And on 2nd and 10 now. Throwing again. Webb. He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. And they're able to get this one across the 35. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
Now this trio that New York has compiled, Brandon Marshall, Sterling Shepard, and of course Odell Beckham Jr., fits right into head coach Ben McAdoo's attack. They led the league in 3 wide receiver sets in 2016.
Caught left side, it's Beckham. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
To throw on 2nd down, here's Webb. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. They'll run it now out of the gun. And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is now with his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play, but what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Room here to run. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. So they pick up the first down after the run, and now they approach for the fresh set.
Here we go. Blue, land it. Leopard. Set. Three. Watch it now, Barney.
Webb now from the gun. It's caught by OBJ. And he is out of bounds, but not before taking this down to the 8. A nice gain of 21 yards.
Well, that catch just gives us another reason to praise Odell Beckham Jr. Off to an incredible start to his NFL career.
3 Pro Bowls, 3 straight Pro Bowls, obviously, and first Giant to do that in more than 50 years, Charles.
And how about the numbers that he's put up also? 1,300 or more yards and 10 or more touchdowns in each of those 3 seasons.
Out of the gun, it's Webb. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-round pick, DJ Hayden. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. 20. And he will score. Touchdown, Lions. You think you're going into halftime with a good-sized lead? Not so fast. That pick 6 really changes the complexion. Probably also changes the halftime speech.
No doubt about it. Instead of going in relaxed, you're probably a little more uptight right now. Probably a little bit angry. Let's see if they can get their focus back.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. This will be fielded at the 8. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Here's the Giant offense now making their way back out onto the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
A final shot before break. Webb, flush to his right. And some room to maneuver. And he'll be out of bounds up past the 45. So we've reached halftime here at MetLife Stadium with the Giants out in front. As we send you down to Orlando where we check in with Larry Ridley and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Larry. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. The Lions offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. 4 yards remaining now on second down. Now the Notre Dame man, this is Theo Riddick. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll lead here to a third down. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Throwing on third down, Stafford. He hits Riddick underneath. It's a gain of 5, and that'll bring up fourth down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. Beckham, the return. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Giants' drive will start from deep in their territory with a 1st and 10. Here's the Giants offense now getting set to start the third quarter. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away.
Yeah,
defense, we got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see if the offense gets done.
They run it here with Thompson. And down he'll go at the 25. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. Operating from the gun. Webb over the middle. He's got his tight end Ingram. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Seeing that play and understand just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice gain right there on first down for them. Brings up a nice second down for them.
So this brings up a 2nd and 2. From the gun, Webb. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. So here we go, 1st and 10 now. Operating from the gun, Webb out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. Give him 9 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd and short. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him. Yeah,
it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make someone miss in the open field.
And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I'll bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
So it'll be first down here after the run. Now a play fake here on first down. And he's got his man. Beckham. Touchdown, Giants. Odell Beckham. His 2nd touchdown of the game. His 3rd on the year. And the Giants are able to grow their lead. And the lead is up to 15 now. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. And Detroit getting set to go now. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Offense looking to avoid a 3rd and long. It's 2nd and 10. From From the gun, here's Stafford. That's caught by Galladay. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That one goes for 24 yards. So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. On first down, Stafford here. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And, oh, a good hit there and knocked down hard. Give him 8 on the play, and it's a second down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Offense in a good spot here, 2nd and 2. Play clock winding down. A second down run for Abdullah. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. Off of play action, here's Stafford. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. He was trying to find Marvin Jones that time. That'll bring up second down.
Whenever they're trying to attack a zone defense, you're trying to figure out where your gaps are going to be. And depending on what type of zone they're playing, it could be on the outside, it could be in the middle, it could be in the seams, in the edges. In this case, they tried to attack the middle of the field, but this zone defense didn't allow it because they were able to see the ball come off the quarterback's hands, and everyone was able to react to the football and knock it away.
And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. A good pickup there of 20 yards. Red zone opportunity. From the red zone now, Stafford. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Marvin Jones, his second touchdown on the season. And the Lions are able to cut into this lead. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdowns scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. And here comes the Giants offense back out onto the field. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. Now a handoff, running off, tackle right. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Second down, Webb. And he drops this off to Thompson, complete. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Final minute now of the third quarter.
Here we go now. Watch him now. Barney. Here we go now. Boom.
On first and 10, Webb. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. A gain of 4 on the play, and that'll make it second down. Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground.
Leopard! Gun! Let's go! Blue landing! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky!
To throw on second down. Webb. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. Haloti Ngata. Busting through to get him for a loss of 6. What will Webb try to do here after the sack as he brings his guys up 3rd and long?
Leopard! All right, here we go. All right, now, lucky 56.
From the gun, Webb. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. Back now here at MetLife Stadium as we are set to bring you the home stretch here, the 4th quarter. Here's Brad Wing now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5 all the way down at the 2-yard line. The Lions offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
We'll see if they dial it up this drive. Second down now after the pass completion. They'll run it now out of the gun. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. The Lions on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Operating from the gun. Stafford. Oh, I can't hang on to it. Almost intercepted. They would have loved the first pick of the game there, but at least it does get them to 4th down. I guess they're in a situation now, 4th quarter, where they're forced to take some chances, but I don't know that that was the type of a chance you want to take.
And that one could very easily have been intercepted. And if it does get picked off, that could possibly seal this one.
And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Taken right around the 44. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Giants will begin this drive in good shape. 1st and 10. Here's the Giant offense now as they get ready to take over here. They were forced to punt last time. I doubt sincerely that they'll have to punt here because they're gifted with terrific field position.
I don't even want to think about it.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Jared Davis, the rookie from Florida. And it'll be a 2nd and long.
Well, there's your first ROI, right? Return on investment of their first-round pick. His first NFL sack. I know they want him to be an impact player right out of the gate.
A lot of pressure to put on a young man, but I think you agree he has the ability to deliver on it.
And he just did. Probably the first of many sacks in a long career.
Off play action, it's Webb. And the pressure gets to him again.
So, Brandon, we've sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
What will Webb try to do here after the sack as he brings his guys up 3rd and long?
All right, here we go. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. No. Check. Patriot.
From the gun, Webb steps away to his left. Now he'll let it go on the run. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. It's the 2014 NFL interception leader, Glover Quinn. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. 2nd and 10, Stafford again. Caught on the right side by Jones. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
The Lions on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 2. Operating from the gun, Stafford. A dump off for Abdullah. And the play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. On 1st and 10, Stafford. He completes it to Abdullah. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. Call it a gain of 5, and it'll make it a 2nd down. Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground. Stafford looks to throw again. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. The Lions on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This will be 3rd and 5. And now the Giants will stop play as they take a timeout defensively. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. So 3rd and 5, defensively expecting pass. They've got 6 DBs out there. Again, it's Stafford. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this 3rd down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they were unsuccessful.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. It's caught. Jones. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. And now a 1st down following that long gain. They'll run it now out of the gun. And an alley to run. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
I know it's a cliche, and coaches always talk about it's a team game. We need all 11 to win. But let's face it, Detroit really needs Amir Abdullah to have runs like that all season long.
Missed a lot of time with injuries, especially recently. Now, Theo Riddick wound up leading the Lions in rushing last year, but just 357 yards. Stafford on first down. Oh, no, he lost the football.
All these years we've been watching the game, I start to get the sense that whenever it rains out, those guys have to touch the ball and carry it. They're extremely resentful about that weather.
Yeah, I'm just happy I'm not resentful that we have a roof over our heads. I know that much.
Yeah, maybe we won't fumble our play sheets here as we just saw the fumble happen on the field.
And tough starting field position here. Following the fumble recovery, Webb. And he's going to go down right near the goal line. The officials look at each other. They're going to mark him at the 1-yard line. Well, that's 2 sacks in this game, so add that to the 4 from last week. I think that's 6.
Good math. Excellent math. And look, he's going to get all the attention. He deserves it. He got home and got the quarterback on the ground. But that's a concentrated team effort because you have a lot of guys who occupy blockers to allow him access to rush the passer.
They'll run it now out of the gun. They'll try to get forward, but he's going to be stopped in his tracks at about the 3. Call it no gain there, and it brings forth a 3rd and long.
And this is why the head coach gets paid the big bucks. Look at where they are in this situation, partner. Do you throw the ball here in a long-distance situation? Do you run it again and trust your defense and make sure you take care of the ball and punt it away? What kind of options do you have here, and what do you trust more on your team?
Yeah, they may have just pushed him back into that throwing situation. We'll see. Throwing on 3rd and long. Webb being the most curious way there to burn some clock. That was wild, and at the end of all that, it winds up a safety. All right, Charles, help me out here. 4th quarter, you've got the lead, and you run backwards into the end zone. You're just trying to do too much.
I almost don't have words for it, but you know every coach that we talk to talks about running backs or people running the football, running north-south, getting upfield. He went way in the opposite direction, and that's going to cost his team.
Yeah, it cost him big time. Still leading, but it costs him. And they begin the drive with Abdullah. And some room to work. The ball comes out.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Back to throw. And Jones has it over the middle. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And now the Giants, they get the officials' attention and take another timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Fresh set of downs here. He's back to throw. Ebron with it over the middle. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside. Now Stafford hands to Abdullah. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and they're going to face a third down.
It's real easy to say this running game needs to be better, but the reality is they've been given little time to actually find a place to run the football. It's almost like the defense is there on the handoff.
The Lions on third down. They've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This will be 3rd and 5. He'll look to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked up by Eli Apple. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line.
Tremendous play right there by Eli Apple, sealing the game with that interception for his team. I bet that'll make his mom, Annie, really happy.
Absolutely making Annie proud. He was born in Philadelphia, tough kid from the city of brotherly love, and a tough play there to seal her.
Here we go now. Green 39. Black 99 Philly. Here we go.
Now a handoff, running off tackle right. They find some open field here. And now look at him go. And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it.
And that touchdown should make you feel comfortable. But do you really feel like it's totally over yet?
Not totally, but I think you're pretty much there.
Yeah, you've still got to make sure you stay with it, do all the right things down the stretch, especially on defense. But that touchdown there, you got to feel good about your chances.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. Here's the Lion offense now as they get ready to take over. What do you do here down like this in this situation? Do you maybe just pick something out of the playbook you haven't called in a while, or you call it a day?
You can do that, or you pick something that's a staple for you and should work better and try and execute that on the way out the door and maybe get back to base and feel a little...
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked by Darian Thompson. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
Defense still with 3 timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them here as the kneel down comes.
Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
Well, Charles, the forecast called for rain throughout the entire game, and we got rain throughout the...
you.